We're looking at my 1976 Jeep CJ7. I bought it in 2019. It was from Florida, and I paid $27 for it. And since then, I've put about $55,000 into this. Fixed just about everything. Repaired, replaced, rebuilt. Lots of parts, long list. See that list along with this video. So I just did a bunch of body work here and there. So I removed all of the rust and did a fairly good job of patching, the rust holes. I sandblasted it all first and wire wheeled much of it. So yeah, I did take off all the rust and put several layers of several steps, I should say, of Bondo, and primed it. It's got a couple coats of primer on it. And did some painting inside the wheel wells. That's pretty shiny. See the grass, the plants in the background through it. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk around and show the body. There's some runs, and this is going to need to be sanded before it gets painted. And so you gotta take down some of that, but that's not difficult. Vibratory sander. And professional body shop, paint shop will know exactly what to do with it as is. But the most important thing is all the rust is off of it, and it's painted, primed, and inside all the wheel wells is painted. Just painted the bumper here. I'm not a big fan of this silver color myself. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, as they say. If I were going to paint this, I would do a bright orange, maybe a bright yellow, happy colors. And painted the bumper. Cleaned up all the stainless. So this Jeep is in really good shape now. These seats were new 3 years ago. The covers are brand new. There is a seam on the driver's seat that came unsewed, but that can be repaired easily. Yeah, so I'm not going to go down the list of everything I did because I've created an actual list that I typed out. So see that list of everything that has been done. I am going to change the oil pressure gauge since we rebuilt the oil pump. The pressure is higher, and I keep popping a gauge. Those are cheap gauges, so I'm going to put on a glycerin-filled pressure gauge, probably 125 psi, and that'll take care of that. I'm also going to replace this alternator. It's not a heavy-duty alternator. It works fine. chrome is starting to chip off of it. So I got a brand new one right here. Just took it out of the box. This cost, I don't know, $450. This is a high output. So if you want to run a stereo system in this, this baby will do it. Will provide the power. AMC 360 with a turbo 400 tranny, made by GM for AMC. And it's got a Edelbrock cam, street cam in it. A lot of Edelbrock parts, valve covers, the intake manifold, that's an air gap manifold. You can see down underneath, air will circulate through there, and that prevents the gas from boiling in the carburetor. Got a great battery. This was a high-end battery, and it's got a great radiator, Mr. Cool, made specifically for Jeeps, and it works great. It's got a very high square footage of cooling surface, so it works great. New fan and clutch. This does have a shroud that I will be putting on here, but I just wanted to show the fan and the clutch there. Distributor, exhaust from the headers all the way back. That was all new 3 years ago. And since I've had this, I've put on about 23,000 miles. And it's been fun. I love driving around with the windshield strapped to the hood. My dog loves it as well. There's Naxi over there, my German Shepherd. He loves going in the Jeep. He stands in front of the, in between the seats, right there, with the windshield down, sniffing away at the air. And anyway, so I made this dash out of aluminum, and had it not powder coated, I had it coated with LineX truck bed liner. Changed all the gauges, all the knobs, levers, you know, the linkage to the damper, to the heater. New wipers in there, top of the line, stainless steel, not those cheap Chinese stamped flat linkage. Those are garbage. New cover here, new steering wheels, steering column, steering shaft, and a new steering box down there. Can't see it from here, but you can see it right there. New springs, new axles. We built the axle, the rear end. So 2 new axles and the locker, inner and outer seals, brakes, just on and on. New transfer case and shifters. This was a Quadra-Track, and the way you know that is that right there and that lever right there. That was for the Quadra-Track. There was nothing wrong with it except for a vacuum leak. But anyway, Quadra-Track is full-time 4-wheel, and who wants to be burning that kind of gas, especially with an engine with a cam in it. So yeah, this probably gets about 10 miles to the gallon, but it's fun. It's definitely a fun vehicle. This is the 5th Jeep I've had. My first was a 78 CJ7. I drove that from New Hampshire to Denver, spent the summer in Denver. then out to Claremont, California, near about 30 miles east of LA. And then I drove it back in 3.5 days by myself. 18 hours a day of driving, 3,000 miles. Anyway, that 78 obviously was a lot like this. The same chassis, the same frame, the same wheelbase. And what else? Yeah, that first Jeep was a 258 motor with a 3-speed on the floor. But this is a 3-speed automatic, and great transmission. That's all rebuilt. Put a new pump in it. We've got, because there's a lot of heat generation, especially with the headers, we've got a tranny cooler there. And we got a tranny cooler with a fan right down there. And that's got a switch on it, manual switch. So yeah, the floor is all in good shape. There's no standing rust on this. There's some, surface rust underneath, but that's nothing. And everything is fixed. The only thing I didn't do is change the shocks in the steering damper. They're kind of old and dirty looking, but they don't need to be replaced. They work. A friend of mine said the shocks never go bad. I'm sure they do at some point, but anyway, this ride's a lot better now. It had heavy duty springs on it, and that was way too stiff. They just shake your brains out of your skull. So I put light load springs on it, and it rides much better. And the wheels are, well, they're Wrangler radial tires. All right, so LT 215, 85 R16, and these are 15.5-inch rims. So these tires were brand new last year, and there is a spare, which I'm going to put on here and pause the video. So there's the spare. Never been used. Got stainless steel bolts holding it on. Yeah. So, I'm going to fire this up. Move this alternator. Carburetor does need a little adjusting. I'm not sure if it's, I think I got the right jets in it. I may be wrong. I did talk to Edelbrock, and I know I needed either a different main jets, or it was a rod and spring combination. But anyway, I've got a kit with everything in it. So it typically starts right up. Sounds good. Gauges, tack. Got to replace the oil gauge, oil pressure. That oil pressure gauge works, but I disconnected it because I didn't want to blow it. Because like I said, it's got higher pressure now, and that's good. Got a click there, gotta snug down the header bolts. Just did some work on the motor, so I had to take the headers off. So I gotta tighten that down a little. Typical. Same with the valve covers. There she is. It's got a slight lift, couple inches. And that's good. I like it. Up a little bit higher. Keeps the body off the frame. Doesn't, it's easier to work on things. Anyway, I like that lift. I wouldn't put any higher lift in it. And I would not put bigger wheels on it. This Jeep, especially with a manual steering box, was made to have this size wheel. And you really don't want aggressive tread. This is not a kind of Jeep I would take off-road, given the money I've gotten into it, I've put into it. You know, if you want a four-wheel, just get a beater. Why take this out in the woods and ruin it? But, you know, four-wheel drive works great. So, it's definitely fun going off-road. I've had enough Jeeps to know not to beat on them in the woods. Unless you like that kind of thing and you have plenty of money. Because you're going to need to be fixing things a lot if you take it off-road. Got a new gas tank, new drive shafts, new just about everything. All new wiring I put in myself. Designed everything in AutoCAD on my 75 CJ7. And I did a similar thing with this Jeep. Looked at the schematic that I created in AutoCAD back in, when was that? Probably 1999. I got that. That had a 350 motor in it. It was 350 horsepower with a fiberglass tub. Jeep weighed a little under 2,000 pounds with a full tank of gas. And yeah, 350 horsepower. I could get it up to 125 without putting the pedal to the metal. But this Jeep won't do that. This might have 150 horsepower. Might be a little more with the cam. It'll lay a patch of rubber, especially when you dial in the exact rod and spring and jet combination. That's a brand new Holley carburetor. What is it, a 1406? So yeah, you dial that in and this will lay rubber all day long. So, well, that's about all I need to say about this. I did have new paint when I bought it, but yeah, they didn't do a very good job on the body. I've done an excellent job on it, so this shouldn't rust, especially if you're not in a state where it's salty in the winter on the roads. I wouldn't bring this out in the salt if it were me. Now that it's all cleaned up and fixed up, it could stay like this for many, many years, especially if you live in a dry, warm climate and you don't take it out in the winter. So everything in this baby works. It does need a resistor for the gas tank. The gauge, when the tank is full, it'll read full, but you just go about 30 miles and the needle drops below E. It's a 15-gallon tank, so you can figure out when you need gas. It's about 10 miles per gallon. So if you set the trip meter on the odometer, you can figure out when you need to get gas based on how many miles you've gone. So tank will be empty at 150 miles. So I always filled it when it got to around 100. I have forgotten, to set the trip meter, and I have run out of gas. So it would be good to have a resistor that's the proper one for this gauge set. And it does have a new float assembly. Just about everything's new, as I said. New tail lights, new lenses I bought when I first got it. Just lots of things. It's definitely worth the money. So over and out.